Ajay stood up at the very beginning of this conversation with Queen Maxima, who is a huge advocate of financial inclusion on behalf of the UN Secretary General at the World Bank meetings several years ago, and made a commitment on behalf of Mastercard to bring 500 million people into the economy. How are we doing?
Well, I think we're doing brilliantly against that commitment. Actually, if you look back to 2011, I think there were 2.5 billion people excluded. There's now 1.7. So, you know, certainly the needle has moved dramatically on that.
Right.
And we can look at our myriad of projects around the world and actually say we're hitting 10 million here, 20 million there, 30 million there, which is all adding up to several hundred million.
The numbers haven't really moved for women. They've stayed stuck from 2014. So there seems to be a gender disparity.
Yeah, I think the gender gap was something like 9%.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's so sad when we're having this whole gender conversation about, are women paid the same as men for the work they do around the world? You know, are there enough senior women in companies? Now we're looking at the opposite end of the spectrum and we're seeing a gender gap there, which is pretty disappointing. But one of the things I think that the study said was that the gender gap went the other way for some mobile money accounts. They're actually trying to solve that problem for them by actually giving them access to many more places they can pay. And that's Mastercard QR accounts. So maybe that's their access to market.